Okay, I wanted to make a concise video so I could present a coherent story. Your panel talk resonated with me, and I think it's in line with a lot of my personal convictions. But I want to explain electrolysis and kind of alchemy, and then why it relates to e-waste and why this is sustainable. A brief history. I'm from here. I've been in all of these countries, and I started reading Tesla to understand sustainability. He led me to Faraday, and then Davy, and then Newton led all the way back to Jabir, which is like the first alchemist. But each of these guys referenced the guy before them, so I picked up their book. Um, Electrolysis is really useful in that you can split water. You can make hydrogen and oxygen with electricity. So that electricity can come from solar or it can come from wind. You put it in a battery and you use it. These Ciro and Edifier from Australia, they actually do this on a large scale, but it's just for hydrogen. I asked NextChem, who was at the panel a couple days ago, if they were doing this to make any of their chemicals, and they said no, but that would actually be sustainable. So that's interesting. You can make a lot of extra chemicals. I don't know if this makes sense, but if you have salt in the water, you can split it. And so the sodium stays in the water and the chlorine flies off and you can collect it. You can also do that with nitrogen, so you can get these chlorine and nitrogen gases to become an acid, and these are really useful. And you can use these to make, bleach, soap, okay, pigments, colors. You can deal with human waste. You can make fertilizer, okay. But the chlorine and the nitrogen are important for alchemy. Chlorine dissolves a lot of metals, nitrogen dissolves other metals. There's this puzzle, it's a play of elements, it's cool, but you need both of them together to dissolve gold. You can liquefy it, and then you can add a sodium sulfate salt to precipitate it again out of liquid. And then you can set that powder, it's like a brown powder, on fire, and it turns into shiny gold again. So this is the process of refining it. There's lots of YouTube videos. There's a pretty decent sized and growing community of people that talk about this and do this. The natural connection with alchemy is, think about thousands of years ago when people are learning science. Actually, the chlorine is in your stomach. It's what you use to dissolve food, and nitrogen comes out in poop and pee. But once again, these two acids together are what you can use to dissolve gold. So your body's like this little factory running around that does that. That's cool. E-waste. Okay. E-waste is all of these things: computers, servers, phones, tablets, whatever, and they all have gold, silver, copper, iron. But then all these other metals end up in the batteries or whatever. This is just kind of a list of what you can find mostly. And so urban mining is great, I think, because the dollar is devaluing, yes, and Trump is going out trying to get critical minerals, right? But they're in the trash. Hey, so urban mining is great, and the older that they are, the better they are, because the processes for saving gold and whatever have just become more refined over the years. So older things have more precious metal in them. How does this relate to a sustainable economy? Well, you do the alchemy, you liquefy the gold, you get all of these metals off, and you start to separate all of them, and they can be used in so many different ways. And education is really key. It needs to be easy to understand. I think this is really progressive. I want to teach kids, I want to teach adults, but I also just want to do it, and find a community of other people that do things like this. It involves cleaning negative externalities. You can end up making methane, but hydrogen is the first thing. I think this should involve cooperatives and artisans, because making things like paint out of recycled metal pigments, because you can make green or you can make blue or brown, that's neat. And you can have people making jewelry out of recycled gold from a computer. Fantastic. I've tried to 3D print small boxes that do this. I think it would be great to see this done on a large scale as a public good. And essentially, you're getting treasure from the trash. So it would be great to see things that are 100% recycled. And hey, if you made it this far, thank you. If you run into anybody else who is focused on this kind of a thing, I think it starts from water, understanding it on a chemical level at a basis, and then adding salt, and then adding other metals, and just like step by step by step by step. But thanks for your time, and I hope this resonates with you.